Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plummy, and in this episode of Raid Decay, I'm gonna be continuing with the second part of my reaction to August D's mixtape D-2. And specifically, I'm gonna be reacting to the songs 28 featuring ft.NiiHWA, Burn It, and People. So far, if you haven't checked out my the first part of this three-part series, I reacted to in the last one to Moonlight, What Do You Think, and Strange, and I liked Moonlight and What Do You Think pretty well, and I'll probably listen to them on my own as well. But Strange, the song Strange was a bit too pretentious for my taste, although there were definitely things that I liked about it, surprisingly. So I'm curious where now are we going to go, because the next two songs are features as well, similar to the last song, Strange. And I am hoping that I'm gonna like them, because I want to have at least, like, maybe if not a half, at least a third of the album to be enjoyable for me to listen to. And at least to have one song that blows my mind as much as the title track, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So without further ado, let's just jump into the reaction, starting off with the song 28 in 3, 2, 1. Damn, this one's gonna be pretty short. Okay, I already like this more than Strange. I'm sorry, but at this point I do believe RM is at fault for why I hate BTS's music nowadays. I know that might sound harsh, but if you watched my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or maybe Suga's style just appeals to me more. His music feels more genuine, I would say. Because already I'm loving this. Even though it's again a slower, chillier song. Man, this song sounded so good. I wish it was longer. We'll definitely react to this one again. But I just want to say, I wish Suga was the only one writing for BTS. Like, I'm sorry to RM, but every single song in this album, which is by Suga, in which he's not featured, has been amazing. And I love them. And even though they are not exactly what appeals to me for the most part, I still enjoy them. So at this point, I would say almost 100% convinced that the reason why BTS's music is something that I don't like nowadays is because of RM. I don't know. I don't want to blame him solely, because it could be Big Hit pushing BTS to be more mainstream or whatever as well. But at least the pretentious stuff is that I don't really like has been from him, I'm 100% sure. But again, it might be just Suga's style and Suga being more appealing to me, I don't know. Because he is my bias after all. But it's not like I'm blinded by my love for him. Because I care about the music first and the artist second. I care for the music to be satisfying and catchy and enjoyable. And it is. Yeah, let's get into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. I mean, like, right off the bat, the song feels high quality. Like, what the hell? The last one was so bad in comparison to this. I didn't enjoy it almost at all. The only thing that I liked is, I guess, the combination of the instrumental for what it was. I really liked that. But the lyrics were not satisfying at all. And RM's part was kind of boring. But this, I'm loving it right off the bat, even though it's, again, a calmer song and less in your face. And I think the inclusion of NiiHWA with combination with Suga's voice sounds so good. I love this. I wish the feature was bigger, honestly, because he sounds really really good. This is actually so far probably my favorite one outside of the title track. Okay, so that was the song 28. It's definitely much better than I expected it to be. And as I said, I think it might be the best one so far. It's so good. I love it. I love it. I love the combination of the voices of Suga and NiiHWA. Their voices together sound so good, with Suga's low and rap-like voice and NiiHWA's higher and more sing-like voice. It sounds so godlike. I love it. And see, like, this is a chill rap song and I still enjoy it, so it's clearly not me not liking slower or calmer song. It's not, the reason why I'm not liking BTS's recent music is not because it doesn't appeal to me, because really this is not really something that I would listen to if it was by any other group, if I gotta be honest. At least I think so. But somehow with Suga works. I think it's his talent for making music. And I wish he made BTS's music as he used to, but I just don't think he has as much control. But anyway, I'm done talking about BTS for the rest of these reactions. So how I feel about the song in terms of ratings. I think for this one, honestly, I'm going to give it a solid 9.2 out of 10. I think it's a pretty much perfect song. I didn't really find anything bad about it, but it is short. It is short. I really wish it was a full-on song, not just like an interlude or whatever, because it's like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Like, that's way too short, especially for a feature kind of song. I do wish it was longer. It hit the 3-minute mark, but for what it is, the way it is an amazing song. Like, it's by far my favorite so far, and I think the best as well. And objectively, I'm also going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It's pretty much perfect enough for me to give it an objective score of 10 out of 10. And some people will probably be annoyed by the fact that it's a shorter song as well, but I think the fact that it's such a good song, even though it's short, I think people wouldn't really mind too much. So that's why it's going to be a 10 out of 10 objectively. So now, let's get into the next song of this video, that being Burn It, which is another feature with Max, who I have no idea who he is, but anyway, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's a Westerner, I guess. Okay, this is sounding much better than I expected. Okay, I'm so into this one. This one definitely appeals to my tastes. Oh my god, I love the inclusion of whoever this guy is. This is the first time I've heard about him, but his voice is so good. He's a perfect addition to this voice, to this song. For Suga's part, this part here could have been done better. They could have put a little bit more effort with making a little bit more deep lyrics, not just repetitive words. But it's not too bad. I still like it. And also with a lot of these rap songs, I definitely need like 2 or 3 lessons before I can fully get into it. Oh my god, I love his parts. His parts are definitely the selling point of this song for me. Might check out his own music, because he sounds really, really good. I also like his haircut. Ooh, I'm glad that this one was a full one. And we're definitely gonna get into it one more time. But just a few thoughts that I have about it is Suga's parts, and that might be just because it's the first listen. By the second listen, it might sound a little bit catchier because I know how it goes. So it's more predictable for my brain to guess where it's gonna go and everything. And it would be more satisfying. But on first listen, some of his parts are a little bit weak. There are some parts that I definitely like I think it was around the second chorus part. It sounded really well. I'm gonna point it out during the second reaction. That I really liked, but it is a little bit weak compared to Otoka Sengeke and Moonlight, and even the last one, for sure, because the last one was so goddamn good. But there's definitely a lot to like about this one, and especially the feature. In this case, I really like it. And considering that I love the 2 out of the 3 features on this album, or should I say 4, because there's another one I just saw, but that's gonna be in the next video. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't like RM's music anymore. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into this one more time in 3, 2, 1. Why does this song sound in the beginning like a post-apocalyptic kind of song? Like, when I hear the beginning, I imagine a desolate, destroyed world with a person alone walking throughout it, like a destroyed city or something. I'll definitely be listening to this one. Like, this song, I would say, is the case of the vibe, and just in general being a song that appeals to me, that is not necessarily a mind-blowing kind of song, but just the vibe that it has appealing to me makes it so much better. Because there's definitely some faults in the song. It definitely could be catchier and maybe a little bit better written, especially some of Suga's parts. But it's still pretty good. I just don't like the repetitive chorus which he repeats. With like two different... it's like 3 words which he repeats constantly. That's the only weak part of the song that I don't think I'll ever start enjoying. But yeah, I really like the feature of Max, and I really like the vibe of the song. I genuinely feel like this song would be a perfect soundtrack song for a post-apocalyptic zombie movie, or should I say zombie apocalypse movie. I think it will fit perfectly. The vibe is the exact same. I really like it. This is actually inspiring me for my story, which I'm writing on Wattpad, which is a zombie story. You should check it out. I'm actually getting some really cool ideas from this. Someone in the mirror that you don't know. I'm loving this one. In terms of vibe, this one is my favorite. This is, I think, my personal favorite. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's my personal favorite for sure. Damn. On second listen, the rapping definitely sounded much better and much catchier. Because on the first listen, it was like, I didn't really know where it was going to go, so it was weird and confusing a little bit. But on the second listen, I loved it. I loved it. Still, I'm not mind blown by the rapping or really blown away by it. But it's good enough, I would say, for me. And if nothing else, I really love the vibe of it. So even if the rest of the song was complete trash, I love the vibe of it. And just for that, I love this song. And yeah, as I said, this is going to be a personal favorite of mine. So I'm actually going to give it a 10 out of 10 on the personal score, because I love it this much. Well, objectively, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy it as well, but I don't think it really would deserve an objective score of 10 out of 10. So actually, objectively, I'm going to give it a 9.6 out of 10. Because it just doesn't feel like a 10 out of 10 song. And if it wasn't for the vibe, even personally, I would probably give it something like a 9.6 or an 8.6 out of 10. But just because the vibe appeals to me so much, and because it makes me feel like I'm in a post-apocalyptic world, I love that. I love that. Post-apocalyptic worlds are some of my favorite fictional words, so I love that. I love that about it. Yeah, this was amazing. I love this one. So let's get into the last song of this video, that being the song People in 3, 2, 1. Okay, interesting choice for an instrumental.
Yeah. 산들바람 스쳐가는 사람 스며드는 사람 나는 어떤 사람 나는 좋은 사람 아님 나쁜 사람 평가는 가지각색 그냥 나로 살아 다들 살아가겠지 다들 사랑하겠지 다들 바래가겠지
Wait, is there a female vocal in the background there? Because I swear I'm hearing it very faintly in the background. Yep, there it is. I wonder who's that. Is that the producer Adora? I would assume so, maybe? I don't know. Oh fuck me, I love this one as well! Man, Suga's singing voice is very underrated by me. I haven't really paid attention too much to it, but he sounds amazing. And I know it's probably a lot of autotune, because I don't think he would sound that well singing live, but I don't mind, honestly. I love the way it sounds, so I don't mind too much. Plus there's a shit ton of rapping in this album that I enjoy, so I can be fine with one part of the song being with a little bit of autotune. Man, I love this part so much. I was thinking of not reacting to this one a second time, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just enjoying this song so much. Man, and here I was worrying that this album was going to be shit, or I wasn't going to enjoy it at all. I was worried that it was going to be plagued by all the same shit that is plagued in BTS's music, but I'm so goddamn glad that it wasn't. I'm enjoying the shit out of this album. I love everything about it, except the feature by RM. That's the only thing that I don't like. That's the weakest part of any of the songs so far that I've listened to. Every single song is super memorable, stand out, and it's so entertaining to listen to. I will be listening to so far every single song. I still wouldn't say this is the best album released this year, but it's most likely going to be in the top 10 because I'm loving it, and after a few more listens I'll probably be into all of the songs, excluding the one with RM, obviously. But like, for example, with ATEEZ's recently released album, at first I wasn't into it as much, but now I listen to it almost constantly, so I think it's gonna be the case even more for this album. But yeah, let's get into People one more time in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 산들바람 스쳐가는 사람 스며드는 사람 나는 어떤 사람 나는 좋은 사람 아님 나쁜 사람 평가는 가지각색 그냥 나로 살아 다들 살아가겠지 다들 사랑하겠지 다들 바래가겠지.
I do really like the slight female voice in the background. It does add a bit of flavor to the song and some depth to it as well. It's interesting to be asking me why so serious after the last song, which I feel like was a pretty serious one, or at least I took it very seriously. Oh my god, his vocals are amazing.
저기 끝이 뭐가 있을지도 특별한 삶 평범한 삶 그 나름대로 좋은 게 좋은 거지 뭐 좋은 게 좋은 거지 뜻대로만 되지 않지 불편은 다들 감수하지 극적인 상황들의 반복은 삶을 지치게도 해 사람들이 그런 거지 없으면 있고 싶기도 있으면 없고 싶기도 누가 사람이지 동물이라 했나 내가 보기에는 후회 동물이 분명한데 사람들은 변하지 저도 변했듯이 세상살이 영원한 건 없었다 지나가는 해프닝 너의 평범함은 되려 나의 특별함 너의 특별함은 되려 나의 평범함 나의 평범함은 되려 너의 특별함 나의 특별함은 되려 너의 평범함
Okay, the chorus of this one is so beautiful, I love it. It's even better than 28, or at least it's as good as that one. Yeah, from now on I'm gonna pay more attention to Suga whenever he's singing, because he sounds amazing. I love it. Okay, so as I said, I thought that this one was going to be maybe bad because of the name of it. Probably unfairly was judging the song at first, but it ended up being actually pretty good. It definitely leans more into the softer kind of things, but I think still for what it is, it's fucking amazing. I love it. I love the rapping. Although for this one, the standout part is definitely Suga singing actually, and whoever is doing the female vocals for this one, because there's definitely female vocals, that's for sure. And I really enjoy this one. I don't know what else to say. I loved it. I think personally for this one, I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10, which I think I gave just as much to 28, but I'm not sure. I have a terrible memory. I'm sorry. Well, objectively, I'm going to give it a 9.8 out of 10. I think it's a really good song, but some of the rapping feels slightly weak. Like, as I said, the standout part of the song is not the rapping by far, it's the singing for sure. So, it doesn't feel like it should be a 10 out of 10, but it is an amazing song, and I want to show that both in the personal and objective rating, so that's why personally it's going to be a 9.2, while objectively it's going to be a 9.8. It's pretty much very close to perfect, but there is a little bit to be tweaked if it wants to be a 10 out of 10. Maybe they should have had the female vocal as a feature. I think that would have been definitely made the song even more interesting than it already is, and it definitely would have pushed it to a 10 out of 10. But still, it's a really good song, and so far we are on a great streak of songs. Now I'm just hoping that the last 3 songs of the album are not gonna disappoint me, but we'll see about that in the next video. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you end up enjoying my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon, where you can pledge your support and help keep the channel going and help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money you decide to support me with are gonna go towards my transition fund, because if you're new to the channel or you just haven't noticed at this point, I'm actually trans, but I am yet to start my transition properly. I'm hopefully gonna do so in the next 2 months, because I will be moving out of where I live right now. I'm gonna be moving to live on my own. So if you could help me out monetarily, that would be greatly appreciated, but I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out. So if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can help me out in other moneyless way, like liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the 3rd and final part. Bye!